first appeared to be teeth. We now believe they are eyes, surrounded by shifting luminous tissue. Tentacle-like appendages emit oscillating light patterns. Our low-tier AI systems have begun misclassifying them as calming environmental feedback. We believe these signals are not passive. They are targeted stimuli designed to alter cognition and suppress control.
Frontier Ship Development Initiative. Preliminary prototype models are currently undergoing deep pressure endurance testing. One full-scale pressure model is stationed at Black Star facility, while a secondary variant has been deployed to Titan's Wall, where it is now being lowered into the water for final phase submersion trials. Both sites provide invaluable data for the next generation of hull resilience and integrity systems under extreme conditions. A new dawn in deep space exploration is on the horizon. Humanity stands at the edge of a new era, and Altera is leading the way. Possible designations for the upcoming Frontier-class starship include Helion, Pathfinder, Aurora, Solstice. Final name pending executive approval. The Frontier-class vessel represents Altera's greatest technological leap to date, a flagship of human innovation conceived to carry civilization further than ever before. This is more than a ship. It is the embodiment of progress, courage, and purpose. Designed for long-duration missions beyond mapped space, the Frontier will function as a fully autonomous mobile research hub, an interstellar construction and colonization carrier, and a beacon of humanity's relentless expansion into the unknown. Every system, from propulsion to life support, is being engineered from the ground up. New quantum thread shielding, enhanced graviton drives, and adaptive hull alloys are being tested to ensure the vessel can endure the extremes of deep space for decades without resupply. Its modular design allows reconfiguration mid-mission, supporting everything from scientific research to habitat deployment. Currently under active development by Altera's Advanced Propulsion and Systems Division, the Frontier project marks a turning point in human exploration, not just in engineering, but in identity. It stands as proof of what we can achieve when innovation, purpose, and vision align. While vessel dimensions and architecture remain in flux, early projections estimate a primary hull length exceeding 1.2 kilometers, multi-deck research and habitation modules supporting over 150 crew and scientific personnel, and a distributed AI-assisted control grid enabling partial self-operation under remote supervision. Every specification is still in active review, constantly refined as new breakthroughs emerge from Altera's R&D facilities. The Frontier Initiative is not simply a construction project, it is a manifesto. It is the next step in humanity's great journey, to build, to learn, to endure, and to thrive among the stars. Because the future isn't light years away, we're building it, here, now. Together. Altera, advancing our journey.
Altera, scientific outreach, quantum states, and superposition. This is Altera Scientific Outreach, sharing insights from the edge of human discovery. In the world of quantum mechanics, reality behaves unlike anything we know. Particles don't exist in one clear state. Instead, they exist as quantum states, waves of possibility, not certainty. This phenomenon is called superposition. A single particle can spin in two directions or exist in multiple places all at once. Only when we observe it does the wave collapse and one version becomes real. This raises a haunting question. Does reality exist before we look at it or because we look at it? The famous Schrödinger's cat paradox illustrates this mystery. A cat inside a sealed box is both alive and dead until observed, trapped between two outcomes that coexist in superposition. Observation itself decides what is real. No one fully understands how or why this happens. Some theories speak of quantum decoherence. Others suggest countless parallel worlds, each reflecting a different outcome. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear. Reality is not fixed. It is fluid, uncertain, and still being written. Altera Scientific Outreach. Advancing understanding, expanding possibility.
Altera.
The void is whispering my name. Shadows twist but they don't play. Creatures crawl, they know my pain. No stars, no love, just endless gray. I need you, don't let go. Follow my steps where no light will show. Into the abyss where the lost souls flow. I need you, don't let go.
He spent most of his time in the surveillance room, the quiet hum of the monitors his only companion. Out there, Mira moved through the unknown, and their voices were tied together by a thin line of static.
Take a look at your monitor.
She said once, her voice bright even through the calm.
You can see what I see.
He activated the screen, expecting another stretch of alien terrain. Instead, a small fish appeared, eyes too big for its head, darting in every direction as if searching for something unseen. Mira laughed.
I've named him Georgios.
He smirked without meaning to.
But we don't look alike.
She laughed again. Something in his chest loosened. Out there, she was surrounded by life, and he could see how it lit her up. It made him happy too, even from the sterile stillness of the base. The fish, with its huge, curious eyes, reminded him that difference could be beautiful, just like Mira, just like the two of them. Later, she surprised him again. A small fire flickered in the middle of the common area. Impossible, he thought. Fire inside an underwater base. She had built it from stones she'd gathered outside. An act as reckless as it was tender. Panic rose in him instantly. Fire and water didn't mix. He reached for the extinguisher without thinking, but she was faster, laughing mischievously as she snatched it away and darted across the room, even jumping on his freshly made bed.
Oh no, the bed,
he thought, startled at how ridiculous his anger sounded in his own head. The confusion lasted only a second before something else crept in. Joy. Real, unmeasured joy. He caught up with her, took the extinguisher back, and said,
I'm not putting it out, don't worry.
She stopped. looked at him, and then hugged him. In that moment, he didn't feel like the monitor, the guardian, the one keeping order. He felt alive. They sat together before the small flame, and she pulled out a book, reading aloud in a voice so soft, it felt like it was lighting a fire inside him too. The flickering light blurred the cold outlines of the base. For a while, it felt like home. Another night, she asked him to come outside.
You need to face the fear of the ocean.
She said gently. His heart raced at the thought. The water pressing down, uncontrollable, infinite. The familiar order inside the base was his safety. Out there was everything he couldn't measure. He stayed silent, but she only squeezed his hand, patient and steady.
Let me show you something.
She said. She led him to the window. Until then, he had never opened the shutters. He didn't want to see the ocean. Slowly, she lifted them. Blue light spilled into the room, soft, alien. He felt the weight of it pressing against the glass, but her hand held his tightly. She spoke calmly about glowing corals and tiny fish moving like a living pattern, about sea anemones dancing in the currents, and the delicate laws that held it all together.
It's not just water.
She whispered.
It's a living garden.
He tried to frame it in numbers, pressure, light, oxygen levels. Knowledge soothed him. It made the fear feel measurable.
I know you're scared, but I'm here, one step at a time.
And with her beside him, a small flicker of hope stirred. Maybe this was how it began, learning to guide the fear instead of being ruled by it. Then came the impulse, a spike on the monitor, brief and irregular, like a heartbeat caught between frames. He almost missed it.
3.7 nanotesla. No signature. No pattern.
No explanation. He stared at the graph long after it was gone.
Myra, come here.
He called without looking up. She was still awake, sketching coral structures at the other end of the room. She walked over.
Show me.
He replayed the data.
From outside the base?
She asked. He nodded.
Toward the black star. They confirmed it. An unclassified field spike.
No origin. No movement. Then at 9:12, another impulse. Closer. Right outside their hull. For a moment, everything stopped. Not fear, overload. Thoughts collided at once.
Seal the outer shell. Check systems. Eliminate internal errors.
Mira stayed calm. She reached for the emergency protocols, activating the Aegis Array and LUX, their external exploration system. Space itself flickered for a second. No organic signal, no movement, just a brief acceleration in particle behavior.
Maybe this is just the tip of something bigger,
she whispered. He didn't answer. 27 hypotheses crowded his mind. They followed protocol. No excursions, only data collection. Fragments, no pattern, no causality. But something was here.
On Isla Dante, most of the workers went to Titan's Wall. They left 3 of us, me, Patel,
and Hargraves. The ship came like it always does, picked up the crew, 25 men, ready for shore leave. We were supposed to hold the fort for 30 minutes. Then the new shift would arrive, 25 fresh booths. They never came. That was 5 days ago. No call, no message. Altar has been quiet, dead quiet. I figure they're scared. The sea's been rough lately. Maybe too rough for the suits in charge. Not like back in the day when men didn't flinch at salt and thunder. Now there's 3 of us covering the work of 25. Generators, pressure valves, inventory, the flare stack, all of it. Patel toys, I'll give him that. Hargraves mostly just talks. That leaves me, like always. If anything's gonna run around here, I've got to be the one to do it. That's how it's always been. You want something done, you do it your damn self. Next day. So, listen up. I was playing chess with Patel. Hargraves was just sitting there, probably bored out of his mind. Patel kept moving his little pieces around, trying to look like he knew what he was doing. But come on, anyone with half a brain can see he didn't have a clue. Not like me. I know every rule, every trick. Unlike Patel, who's just flailing in the dark. He kept babbling nonsense, thinking he had me figured out. Said some stuff I barely even cared to listen to. Then, out of nowhere, that fool goes, "Checkmate." I just smiled, because I know the real game. It's not about parroting some word you don't understand. So I slammed the board over, pieces flying everywhere, and I laughed, loud and clear. Ha! That's how you do it, you loser. You think Patel's got this? Nah, I'm the one in control here. I caught a Reaper later that day. They both say I should let the Reaper go, that it's suffering. Not my problem. That alone proves who's really at the top of the food chain. I snagged the beast with the crane, a massive fish on the hook, just like the old sea dogs used to do it. I was lowering the hook to fish out a crate from the water, the one Patel supposedly dropped. Patel claims he wasn't even near the cargo boxes, and the other guy backs him up. They claim it was me who dropped it, but that's a lie, pure lies. The truth, the Reaper was hunting, fast, relentless, when its tail got tangled in the hook. Some might call that luck. Me, I don't believe in luck. Marshall always comes on top. Next morning, sat on the toilet, looking out the bathroom window. I see that Reaper wriggling on the hook. Poor thing's trying to fish something out of the water to eat. What a joke. I lowered the hook just enough so its head barely stays above the water, but it can't get back in. Crazy that thing's lasted 2 whole days like that. Nobody ever knew they could survive that long, hanging like a loser. Honestly, it's a miracle it's still alive at all. Most wouldn't last an hour in that state. Maybe I'm witnessing something no one else has before. Every twitch, every struggle just proves how tough it really is, even if it's clearly losing the fight. Makes me think about who's really in charge here. Guess I'm doing science a favor without even meaning to. Earlier, I caught Hargraves sneaking around the crane, trying to lower the hook to set the Reaper free. Guess who needs new teeth? Ha 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 ha. 2 days later, it's night time. Something strange happened. The Reaper has stopped roaring now. Instead, it's making this weird, eerie sound. Something I've never heard before. Like a ghost whispering beneath the waves. It's almost hypnotic. Like it's trying to get under me skin, though I don't know why. I'm staring out at the water, watching the fish. They don't dart around anymore, just stand there, motionless, their eyes locked on the oil rig like they're frozen in fear, or maybe respect. Dumb creatures. They're next, all of them. But seriously, what kind of twisted sound is that? It's messing with me head. Makes me want to stumble down there and figure it out, if I wasn't so damn hammered. Hargraves and Patels showed up earlier, all nervous and scared. They asked if I wanted to jump on the last boat to Titan's Wall with them. Cowards. I laughed it off, told them no way. I'm not running, not now, not ever. Let them sail off like scared little rats. Now they're gone. Good. Finally some peace and quiet. No more whining, no more pretending like they're the smart ones. Hell, maybe this weird sound from the Reaper is something important. Or maybe it's just hatred aimed right at me. But I don't care. If they can't handle it, they don't deserve to be here anyway. 3 hours later, now all the fish have completely cleared out from around the oil rig. Not a single fin breaking the surface. No ripples, nothing swimming in the water. It's like the whole place just went dead silent. The Reaper's still hanging there, but it's not making a sound anymore. Like it's finished its business and is just waiting. Waiting for something. What exactly? No clue. Honestly, I'm not about to stand here guessing. I grabbed myself a sandwich instead. Some cold cuts and cheese thrown between whatever bread was left. Tasted surprisingly good. Probably because I'm starving and half out of my head. Could use a drink too. But hey, priorities. Then, from way off in the distance, I hear this unbelievable roar. Not just loud, deep and high at the same time. Rumbling like the sound of the ocean self groaning under some massive weight. It shook the air and rattled me bones. I couldn't see anything, just heard it echoing through the night. It had to be something huge, something no one wants to mess with. Far away, but loud enough to make you sit up straight. Next evening, now I know exactly what to do. I'm leaving now. West, true west. No drifting north, no leaning south. Straight as the crow flies. There's supposedly an island out that way. No name, don't need one. I've got what I need. Built myself a raft. Strong wood, tight rope, sealed it best I could. I've watched enough survival shows to know how this goes. And I once laid down laminate flooring all by myself. Didn't need help then, don't need any now. I'll build a small shelter when I get there. Catch fish, cook over fire. Brought worms for bait, dug them up fresh. The wild don't scare me, never did. Feels right, actually. Got the key to the ISLA DANTE container with me. No use leaving it here. Slipped it in me boot, it'll stay dry. And the Reaper, still hanging by the crane. Let him there. Let's see if he can wait me out. Ha ha ha. I won't be coming back. No reason to. Some men just keep moving.
Final entry before leaving Isla Dante and heading for Titan's Wall. Drilling Supervisor Hargreaves. Marshall showed up at the crane last night completely wasted. He was mumbling something incoherent. I couldn't make out a word. Then, out of nowhere, Marshall lunged at me like he wanted to throw a punch. He swung hard but slipped on the wet floor and totally lost his balance. Because he was so drunk, he didn't even stretch out his hands to catch himself. He fell flat on his face like a sack of wet laundry. He knocked out a few teeth for sure. Looks like he's gonna need a new set. I was there to lower the hook and free the Reaper, but then I noticed a complete power outage everywhere except for the emergency lights. That's pretty worrying. Altera isn't responding to any of our messages either. Maybe it's time for me and Patel to pack up and head to Titan's Wall. Marshall can come along if he wants, but it's not like he has to.
2 days later, maybe my final notice. I made it. Just barely, but I did. I'm on the island. The raft gave up halfway. A wave slammed into it, snapped the ropes. Half of it drifted off before I even realized. I had to drag the rest behind me, kicking through the water for what felt like hours. When I saw land, I thought I'd made it to safety. Thought I could use the wood to build something, maybe even start over. But this island isn't what I hoped for. There's one palm tree, just one. No forest, no dry branches. Just cold stone, a restless sea, and wind that never stops. No fire, no warmth. I forgot the axe, forgot the fishing rod. Brought the bait though, like a proper foal. Bait without a line. I had to use me shoelaces to make a line from a fishing rod I just built. I built a small shelter from driftwood and some palm leaves. It leaks when it rains. And it always rains. The days are hot, the nights are cold. The kind of cold that sinks into your bones and stays. I ate the last worms yesterday, raw. I couldn't catch any fish with them anyway. Didn't help much. The fish don't bite. One worm still dangling from the hook, like he's waiting for better days. He's doing better than me. Today, part of the cliff on the far side just gave way, slid into the sea like a rotten tooth. Missed me. This time. Turns out the wild doesn't care who you think you are.
The purpose of the Black Star Research Facility was to serve as a high-tier scientific station constructed by the Altera subsidiary Anders Yin Design. Its mission was to investigate deep core anomalies detected beneath the planet's crust, irregular energy signatures inconsistent with known geological patterns. To access these phenomena, a specialized deep drilling array was deployed to extract rare, ultra-dense materials theorized to enable controlled stellar ignition. The long-term objective of this initiative was to develop miniature star technology, promising virtually limitless energy for both planetary and off-world applications. Black Star operated in coordination with Titan's Wall, a remote analytics outpost tasked with decoding the influx of geological and energetic data in real time.
The facility and technology of Black Star are centered around a revolutionary energy source, the Black Star Fusion Node. This artificially generated, controlled mini-star is contained within a specially designed vacuum core, stabilized through magnetic containment and plasma regulation systems. The fusion process itself produces a dense, high-energy reaction analogous to stellar cores, though on a much smaller scale. Energy harvested from the Black Star is converted through quantum and plasma converters, powering the entire station and supporting the advanced functions of the IRIS system. The IRIS core, the station's AI, monitors and manages these energy flows to ensure continuous operation while supervising all research activities. This technology allows Black Star to remain operational in the most remote regions of Planet 4546b while maintaining a secure connection to the Titan's Wall network, ensuring that scientific endeavors can proceed without reliance on external energy sources.
Iris Nexus, the artificial intelligence controlling the Black Star Research Facility, functions as the operational counterpart to the Iris core. While the core maintains essential system stability, Iris Nexus manages energy distribution from the miniature star and oversees critical environmental conditions such as temperature and air quality. With high processing capacity, it conducts real-time analyses, responds swiftly to technical anomalies, and integrates seamlessly with Titan's Wall systems for collaborative data processing. Autonomous decision-making capabilities are present but remain restricted, requiring explicit authorization from the facility's commanding officer for activation.
The connection to the IRIS core on Titan's Wall is maintained through a quantum-based subspace data link protocol, enabling continuous bidirectional communication unaffected by depth or electromagnetic disturbances. In this configuration, the IRIS core functions as the primary instance within the network, while Iris Nexus operates as a specialized local branch focused on energy regulation and environmental simulations. All security protocols, energy management logs, and research data from Black Star are encrypted, mirrored, and regularly synchronized with the Titan's Wall core, creating a redundant structure that maximizes system stability, resilience to error, and centralized oversight across both facilities.
The rift, the anomaly that would later define the mission's unforeseen dangers, was initially detected by automated geophysical monitoring systems at depth layer M4, approximately 312 meters beneath the central drilling platform. Gravimetric sensors registered unusual mass fluctuations during drilling phase 17.2, first interpreted as a non-linear geological decoupling consistent with temporary magma pockets or tectonic shifts. However, subsequent magnetomic readings revealed a persistent distortion in the local vector field over several hours. Iris Nexus classified this phenomenon as a subcritical spacetime instability and initiated an observation loop, maintaining monitoring without triggering system-critical alerts. At this stage, no immediate risks to the structural integrity of the drilling station or the energy output from the Black Star reactor were detected, and visual investigation was deferred due to the absence of biological or thermal signatures.
Shadows whisper in the night so cold, empty halls where secrets unfold. The stars are dim, the moon won't glow. I'm lost in the dark, where do I go? Rescue me.